Hello all and welcome to our series of tutorials, and in this tutorial we are going to see the scene hierarchy, the scene object transformations, and how to adjust those. So we have this object loaded in the scene, a piece of jewelry. Let's go to picking, and here we see a hierarchy tab, and in this, as you can see, that if I can enable and disable the entire hierarchy, or I can choose a specific part in the hierarchy and make it disabled or enabled. I can also select the text and go to the rotation or position or scale and change that. For example, if I do this, it changes the rotation along each axis. So this is why, so we are not right now interested in that, but as you can see that it changes the rotation. So let's make it 0. We are right now interested in making the ring laid down on the ground. So now it lays down nicely on the ground. Let's fit the object to the screen, and let's try to load another model. And drag and drop, and we have this model loaded here. So maybe we can go to the previous scene and make it 0 so that that one is standing. And you can select this object and bring it down so that it's a bit here. Maybe let's adjust a bit more. Yeah, let's say we have something like this here. And we can fit again so that we want to fit the entire object, so both the objects. So you can also select, for example, a part here. This entire object is selected, and then you can fit that object, or I can fit that object to the scene. So this, now you can see that the camera rotates around the center of this object. So we can always deselect and fit the entire set of objects to the scene. Also, what you can do is you can scale it, rotate it, and position it. You can also save the transformation of the entire object. So for instance, if this is the current transformation, I can go to rotate model. You have the transform animations and add say current transform. And I can add a rotation. Maybe let's add it to this object. Make it like this and say add current transform. So now this one is added for this object, and if you can select this, you have transformation 0 for this, and let's add one more transformation, maybe something like this. Let's say add, and now what I can do is I can go and switch between these two transformations easily. So it can be used, and the transformation can be saved so that you can have your scenes and the rings or any object saved. You can save specific transformations of your objects under the current transformation tabs. So that kind of covers this section, and in the next section we are going to cover how to set materials for objects, for diamonds and metals. So until then, see you next time.